Welcome, for any newbies, to a little segment we like to call Hashtag Science, where Z reads you all the latest articles from the science magazines. Well, it's not like real science. It's not like, like science, the method. It's not like, the empirical method. It's not like about like observation, measurements, experiments, repeatability. No, it's not that kind of science. It's not real science. It's hashtag science. It's like, no, it's science because, somebody in a white coat told you it's science. It's like science because, you have to go spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars and get a bunch of education type of science. It's that type of science. Bullshit. So today's article isn't like hashtag science as such, but it's about a man who's like involved in like all this like supposed scientific stuff, like going to space and stuff. And his name's Elon Musk. And I know like a lot of people out there, like they've heard of this guy. Almost everybody knows who Elon Musk is. They've at least heard of him, but most people kind of think he's like super genius. But Z keeps telling you that maybe he's not a super genius. Maybe he's like just kind of a fucking moron. Maybe he's just kind of like a puppet that was placed into some degree of prominence to deceive you. I don't know. That's just like what I say sometimes. But like everybody else is going to tell you what a genius he is. Oh, Z fucked his music up. I guess I'm the idiot. Still smarter than you, Elon. It's just saying. I don't care if you're bringing everybody to Mars and you've done 8 trips with your company SpaceX to the ISS and back. I don't care, Elon. But anyway, let's read this article about Elon Musk and, like what he's up to. So let's read about our friend Elon. This article's entitled, there we go, as I'm working out my technical issues. Elon Musk passed out after drinking vodka in a meeting with Russians to buy rockets because he was hungover from partying in Paris. Wow. Which is interesting because, I don't know, like when I picture like a super genius like Elon Musk, I would just imagine that he's like constantly like working away at his business, at his craft, and his engineering plans, that he's like constantly dedicated. Like they give us those stories about like Steve Jobs, who was apparently like a fruitarian and worked constantly and was like obsessive. I'd imagine like that Tesla guy, if he even existed, was probably just like always working, dedicated, discovering, experimenting, building, creating. That Edison guy, I'd imagine he was kind of like locked away in a room, like creating a bunch of shit. But not Elon Musk. Apparently, he's drinking vodka and partying in Paris. Kind of seems like he's like fucking his brains out. He's got all these kids everywhere. But maybe Elon's just like such a super genius that he doesn't really have to work at what he does. He's just so smart that he could just drink vodka all the time and party in Paris, while at the same time, like, lead the space race. And Elon Musk, it's not even low Earth orbit. He's already achieved low Earth orbit. That's nothing for him. He could just head to the space station anytime he wants. He's got his eyes set on Mars, everybody. And he does it all while basically being a drunk Lothario. Yeah, Flow State, I gave you another word to look up. Lothario. Anyway, let's get into it. Here it is. Elon Musk once passed out during a Moscow meeting in which he had several shots of vodka. Walter Isaac's new biography of Musk says. Uh-oh. Could you imagine? You're Elon Musk, you're in a big fancy meeting in Moscow with a bunch of oligarchs. I don't think you'll have to look that one up, Flow State. You probably know what oligarch is. And just a couple shots of vodka and he passes out in the middle of a meeting? How embarrassing. But he's a super genius, so who cares? He probably passed out, had like some kind of fever dream, woke up, and invented SpaceX. Let's continue. The SpaceX CEO told Isaacson that before founding the company in 2002, that was a while ago, that's like 21 years ago. Damn, Elon, you've been at it for a while. He instead wanted to launch a mission that would inspire public interest in space exploration. His first plan, called Mars Oasis, involved sending a greenhouse to Mars. Wow. So 21 years ago, he wanted to go to Mars. God, that was before we're even thinking about going back to the moon with Artemis. Like, I think the space shuttle was still in existence back then. Remember that hunk of junk, the space shuttle? That in no way was like kind of like a big, like a helium-filled balloon. Not the space shuttle itself, but that rocket launcher seems to be. I don't know. I'm just saying. What do I know, though? But hell, even that long ago, he was planning trips to Mars. He wanted to build a greenhouse on Mars. Cool. I like that, Elon. I would have went more for like the, like other versions of like Martian like settlement. Did you ever see that old movie Total Recall? Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what I want. When I picture like settlements on Mars, I picture like the Total Recall version of it. It kind of seemed cool. Dystopic, but edgy. Remember that one chick? She had like 3 breasts? The 3-tittied Martian whore? That's the Mars civilization that I'm looking for. Not interested in a greenhouse on Mars. That's boring. Greenhouse? I want the Total Recall version of the Mars settlement. Come on, Elon, get on that. Anyway, let's continue. So Musk recruited a rocket engineer named James Cantrell, and along with Adeo Rossi, the founder Institute CEO, who Musk's former college housemate. AI Chat GPT software program that wrote this article. Maybe do better next time. So let me try again. So Musk recruited a rocket engineer named James Cantrell, and along with Adeo Rossi, the founder Institute CEO, who's Musk's former college housemate. Oh, that's a mouthful. They arranged a business meeting with a group of unnamed Russian businessmen to negotiate buying rockets. Oh, interesting. So it's funny. Instead of just getting some engineers to kind of design some rockets, instead of working with NASA, like apparently you're doing now, back 21 years ago, when this Elon Musk was first getting started, his plan was to meet with a bunch of Russian oligarchs and to seemingly buy some black market rockets. This sounds less like reality and more like some type of science fiction novel. Like I said, Total Recall, anybody? I mean, I don't know. If I were trying to plan a civilization on Mars, I'd probably sit down with some MIT people, recruit some ex-NASA engineers and stuff. But no. It's not what Elon Musk did. He just got wasted on vodka with a bunch of Russian oligarchs to try to buy some black market rockets. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to some of you guys. I'll continue. The journey included the stopover in Paris, Isaacson wrote, where a late night of partying left Musk ragged upon arriving at the Russian capital. So he was wasted the night before, shows up in Moscow, and decides to drink some more vodka. I guess if you're a super genius, you can do all that. Let's continue. Then, in the back room of a Moscow restaurant, the lunchtime meeting involved small bits of food interspersed with large shots of vodka. I'd imagine a Russian lunch would probably be something like that. Although I don't know what they eat in Russia. Are you here, Svetlana? Can you let us know what Russian food's like? I'm not sure. Let's continue. The Russians also gifted the trio a bottle of vodka, each with custom labels showing pictures of each recipient on Mars. Quote, I calculated the weight of the food and the weight of the vodka, and they were roughly equal, Musk told Isaacson. And then, in the biographer's words, Musk, who was holding his head up with his hand, passed out, and his hand slammed into the table. What an interesting anecdote. This is how Musk got started, everybody. Just a genius in a room with a bunch of Russian mafioso planning a trip to Mars. Again. I mean, I know they remade Total Recall with that Colin Farrell guy. Wasn't quite as good as the original. But if you're going to make the movie Total Recall again, this is the storyline right here. It has to start out with a drunk Elon Musk. Super genius, drinking vodka, passing out. Let's continue. Back in January, Musk said he disliked the taste or effects of most alcohol. Well, that makes two of us, Musk. I'm not a really big alcohol guy myself. But if I am going to drink the hard spirits, it's rum, not vodka. But expressed a preference for red wine. I could do the red wine too, but I'm Italian, Mr. Elon. I like the real sweet Italian wine. It's called Dago Red, if anybody wants to know. It goes really good with some Manigot. Yeah, I say Manigot, not Manigotti. Let's continue. I digress. I do that sometimes. The billionaire was also pictured drinking from a wine glass at a FIFA World Cup final at Qatar last year. And in 2017, Musk tweeted a little red wine, vintage record, some Ambien, and magic. Wow. So, he's a super genius, but he's just like us guys, I mean, this is totally not a completely fabricated, made up article that they place in front of us to kind of humanize Elon Musk, to endear him to us. So anybody can go to space and anybody could be a space explorer. Even a guy who drinks vodka, red wine, and takes Ambien. I took Ambien once, guys. I didn't go to sleep. I don't recommend it. It kind of gets weird. It kind of gets a little weird. Let's continue. After the Moscow incident, there was said to be another unsuccessful meeting on the trip before Musk returned in early 2002. Isaacson wrote that Musk thought he had struck a deal to buy two Neper rockets for $18 million, but that the sellers actually wanted $18 million for each. Ooh! Must have been some kind of communication issue due to the language barrier. He thought he was getting both rockets for $18 million, but they wanted 18 each. Why is Elon buying black market rockets? And here's another question. How are there even black market rockets? I don't understand. None of it makes sense to me. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, I don't know. I always thought science involved certain things and engineering involved certain steps, but apparently, no. That's like a James Bond movie or like a Mission Impossible. And I'm gonna say it right now. If they ever make the Elon Musk movie, I want Tom Cruise to play Elon Musk. I think he could do it. Make the movie quick, Tom. He's not getting any younger. But there's no one else to play Elon but Tom. I'm just saying. It's a good thing that Elon kind of progressed. He went from buying black market Russian rockets left over from, the Sputnik era, apparently. Did you really think that those Sputnik rockets were going to get you to Mars, Elon? Was that really going to happen in your mind? Kind of weird. Kind of strange. But at least he progressed to that, to where he is now. Where he's basically contracted with NASA, and his company, SpaceX, is basically the new NASA shell company. Because like I said before, hey, who needs NASA? NASA's kind of a pain in the ass for all these controllers because NASA's still a public entity. NASA could be audited, as our friend Nuba tells us all the time. Audit NASA. But you can't audit SpaceX. Not at least publicly. I'm just saying. You've come a long way, Mr. Elon. You've come a long way. I salute you. You're the new paradigm. The American dream. Let's continue. And when Musk pushed back, they apparently upped the price to $21 million each. Hey, Musk, that's what you get. You don't want to try to strong arm a bunch of Russian mafioso oligarchs. But you did it, Elon. Thus contributing to the mystique that is Elon Musk. I mean, this is all real, guys, of course. I mean, they're not just painting a narrative, a picture of Elon. They're not trying to make him a pop cultural icon. No, this is all real. Elon Musk is going to get us to Mars. And he's not a geek, he's not a nerd. He's hashing it out with hardcore pipe-hitting Russian mafia dons. Come on. Give me a break. This is all real, guys. This is all real. Let's finish out the article. When Musk pushed back, they apparently upped the price to $21 million each. Cantrell told Isaac the Russian business people then taunted the SpaceX founder, saying, "Oh, little boy, you don't have the money?" I don't know, guys. Now, who knows? Maybe this is a real story. Maybe Elon Musk is exactly who he's presented to be. I mean, he's kind of like Bruce Wayne at this point. Elon Musk is like the real-life Batman. He's a billionaire. He's a playboy. He's a genius. He's an inventor. He's got a bunch of cool gadgets. Gadgets that are like rocket-powered and fly. That are like defy convention. That's right. Yeah, Joe, our Iron Man. He's like Batman, Iron Man, all in one. Remember Iron Man 2 when he was messing with that Russian guy? Maybe they took the Iron Man 2 story based off this Elon Musk article. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for the hashtag science segment.